It's that time of year when the league, teams around the league propose rule changes. The Lions want to alter playoff seeding. The division winner with the best overall record would be still the number one seed. They get a bye, but after that, teams would be seeded by record, whether they won their division or were a wild card team. The owners meet in 10 days. Senior NFL reporter Jeremy Fowler joining us now with much more. Another rule change proposed by the Packers is the banning of the tush push. And you see the Eagles, they've had a ton of success with this through the years. What are you hearing about this development?
Well, Kevin, it's funny. I texted with a few executives today, and they think that this could pass with a majority vote based on the guise of player safety. That's been an issue for some people, speaking out about it possibly being a playoff or, some sort of safety issue. Sean McDermott with the Bills has mentioned that. So they're going to meet late March, early April in West Palm Beach NFL owners meetings. They will vote on this proposal from the Packers. They need a 24-8 majority vote. There are still enough people around the league, some of the old school football folks, who believe that this is a true football play. So maybe that's enough to salvage this. And look, there could be some politics involved, right? The Eagles, they're on top. They just won the Super Bowl. Do other teams want to take their advantage away?
Yeah, keep in mind, Philly has 23 rushing touchdowns of exactly 1 yard across the last 2 seasons, 5 more than any other team. It works. Try and stop it. How about that? All right, let's go around the NFC East and talk about the Giants and their quarterback situation as they await the decision of Aaron Rodgers. Where are we on this?
Yeah, Kevin, the wait has been long enough where people around the league are starting to wonder whether the Giants are going to pivot here to another quarterback. And I spoke to somebody with the team who said that they've had to kind of cover themselves the last week by having Russell Wilson in the building, having Jameis Winston and Joe Flacco in the building. So they are coming around to the reality that they might just need to pivot to one of those quarterbacks, because Rodgers, at least the sentiment around the league is that he could be a Pittsburgh Steeler. That might be his best on-the-field option, best chance to win. If so, the Giants are prepared to cover themselves here. I don't know how long they're going to wait. I get the sense that they might try to act on something here, not in short order, but at least in the next week or two.
We are exactly 5 weeks away from the NFL draft in Green Bay, and keep in mind the Giants have the 3rd overall pick. Jeremy, thank you so much. Big name veteran wide receivers available: Stefon Diggs, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen. Diggs coming off ACL surgery, ending his Texans season. Cooper also battled injuries. His numbers were down with Cleveland and then Buffalo. Allen struggled in his year in Chicago. Mina Kimes and Bill Barnwell join us now to make us smarter. Bill, which team do you believe has to sign one of these veteran wideouts?
Ooh, I'll throw a team out there we haven't heard much discussion about: the Cleveland Browns. And look at the advanced metrics for them. They left a lot of big plays on the field last year. Per the NFL's next-gen stats, they were last in the league in receptions over expected, last in the NFL in receiving yards over expected. And I know, hey, Jerry Jeudy had a good season. They have David Njoku. There's not an empty cupboard there. But if they do go out and draft a quarterback in this year's draft, they could get a Shedeur Sanders or a Cam Ward perhaps. They're going to want to get as many pieces around that young quarterback as possible. So if they can go out and add one of these veteran wide receivers to play next to Jerry Jeudy, next to David Njoku, I think that'd be a big positive for the Cleveland Browns.
I'll go with the more obvious choice here, the New England Patriots, who had one of the worst receiving groups in football last year and are basically running it back. They did add Mac Hollins, which was an addition I actually quietly liked under the radar. And they tried, by the way, to sign receivers. Reportedly wanted Chris Godwin. He goes back to Tampa. And I wouldn't be surprised if they continue attacking the position in the draft. That said, I would like another veteran and a player who we talked about earlier today, Bill and I, Stefon Diggs. I thought before he was injured last year, was really efficient in Houston, particularly working those short and intermediate parts of the field. I think he would be a friendly target to Drake May, so I would like signing him in addition to looking to add speed and size in the draft.
Yeah, and the Patriots, by the way, currently have $84 million in cap space. That is the most in the NFL. So teams could still spend a ton of money. There's plenty of accomplished free agents still out there, Mina. Which available player intrigues you the most right now?
Yeah, a name that I'm surprised hasn't been signed, Asante Samuel Jr., the young cornerback from the LA Chargers, starting with the fact that he is only 25 years old. Coming off of a down season, he was injured, but is only a year removed from, I thought, a couple of years of quality cornerback play. Team that plays a lot of zone, maybe is looking for a corner with some inside-outside versatility and ball production. Could get that in Samuel Jr. I would like to bet on him having a bounce-back career, especially because he is so young.
Yeah, we've seen so many teams target these young players early in free agency. The oldest player in free agency is still out there, and that's Aaron Rodgers. And I know it's Aaron Rodgers. We talk a lot about Aaron Rodgers on here, but at the end of the day, if there is a player who can single-handedly swing your franchise, maybe several games to the negative, but also potentially several games to the positive, it is a quarterback, and it is Aaron Rodgers. Over the last 10 games for the Jets, 18 touchdowns, just 4 picks for Aaron Rodgers, the guy with the best interception rate in the history of the National Football League. There's fits here with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who love to have quarterbacks who rely on protecting the football, and with the Giants, where Brian Dable has done excellent work getting the most out of guys like Daniel Jones, who people didn't really seem to believe in when he got there in New York. So I know it's Aaron Rodgers. We don't know if he's going to be the guy from 5 or 6 years ago, but in terms of the guys who are left, I think he can make the biggest difference versus the guys who are still out there.
Guys, it is March 20th, and I think I'm going to say this on a lot of sports centers. If we get any news on Aaron Rodgers, we'll bring it to you right here as the entire league seems to be waiting with bated breath. Mina Kimes, Bill Barnwell, we appreciate you.
Which means he fades his own pick, so when he gets it right, he's like, oh,
shut up, Barry, don't tell my secrets.
I had this and had that. I was right, as we are still waiting in Pittsburgh for Aaron Rodgers to decide on what he's going to do. Jeremy Fowler with us, Bill Barnwell. Also, Jeremy, I want to start with you on this because, again, we are still waiting. What's the latest?
The latest is the Pittsburgh Steelers are prepared to wait. That's what I'm hearing, that they seem to be out of the two teams, the Steelers and the New York Giants, that have standing offers out to Aaron Rodgers, that they're willing to wait this out. He is their primary option right now. Of course, they have Russell Wilson. There doesn't seem to be a lot of momentum for those two to reunite at this point. But Wilson does see the Giants as a viable option. So something has to shake with Rodgers making a decision. This is his first foray into free agency in 20 years. So no one truly knows what to expect. But the question is, does he wait out the Vikings, who are going to sort of go with J.J. McCarthy right now as a QB1 this offseason? Maybe they revisit Rodgers in the summer, but would he wait that long? Who knows?
At some point, this has to end, and Aaron Rodgers has to sign somewhere. I promise. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are the best fit of those teams because of what they ask their quarterbacks to do. Protect the football, end the drive with a kick, either a field goal, an extra point, or a punt. They are 36-11 over the last 4 years when they win or tie the turnover battle in games, just 2-18-1 when they lose the turnover battle. One of the worst marks in football. Aaron Rodgers, the one thing he has done throughout his career consistently, protect the football. Best interception rate in the history of the National Football League. Even last year, last 10 games with the Jets, 18 touchdowns, just 4 picks. So in terms of the on-field fit, protecting the football, getting off the field, making smart decisions, I think Aaron Rodgers fits best with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pre-draft, post-draft?
I still think pre-draft. Yeah, this will get wrapped up.